Hi folks, Rodney back again with Rodney's Northwest Riding Reviews. I am riding my first ride, still in the break-in period, on my new 2023 KTM 450 battery edition. I have a 2022 YZ450F that I've got set up for riding in the woods, and I've got this one set up for riding in the woods as well. I've done a spring fork conversion. It's got the KYB cartridges in it. Did a revalve on the back shock. I haven't done the bladder kit because it didn't come in time, but that is something I'm planning on doing here in the near future. About the bike. Get my goggles off for a moment. So it's got a lot more torque, at least on the bottom end on the YZ. I like how the YZ revs very quick, and this takes a little bit longer to build the power, but like I said, it's got a lot more torque, so it's just different. The YZ is more kind of like a light switch. It's just almost like riding an electric bike. Just spools up so quick. This one seems to handle pretty well. Obviously I've got 3/4 of an hour right now, so I don't have a lot of time on it, and mostly all we're working on a break-in, so we're just kind of hitting the roads and just a couple trails. But so far, really like the bike. The only thing, like I mentioned, is the only thing I don't like about it is it stalls really easy when you go to take off. Once you're on it, as long as you've given it a little bit of gas, it's very easy to manage. But just when you go to take off, it seems like probably 3 or 4 times already I've stalled it, and that never happens on my YZ. So just a comparison. But yeah, a lot of great things about the bike. A couple things. People talk about how rigid the frame is, and I guess if you're used to riding a Japanese bike already, the Hondas, the Yamahas, they have a rigid frame already, and so I don't notice a big difference in it in that sense. There is a lot more vibration, but one of the things that I've done already is I've changed the handlebars to Pro Taper. They're the ACF, which is a carbon fiber insert, and that took out a lot of the vibration. So if you guys are thinking about or trying to find ways to try to help reduce that, that is definitely one way to do it. I know they say it takes about 8 to 10 hours to kind of break the bike in, or at least break the frame and chassis in. and I'm sure it will loosen up a little bit, probably be a lot smoother than what it is right now. But like I said, this really made a huge improvement on the vibration in the bike already. Put some Rogue grips. They're ODI lock on, but they're Rogue grips, and they're a little thicker, a little more cushioning, and that probably helps with vibration a little bit as well. I haven't done anything with the handles yet. Normally I switch over to the ASV unbreakable levers, but these are actually pretty good. Obviously they're adjustable coming from the factory, and so I'm going to try them out until I bend one or break one, and then go ahead and replace them. Low, you have two different map switches, or two different maps rather. You got a low, or first one is your white map, and the other one is your green map. The white map has more low end torque, but it doesn't rev out quite as far as what the green map would. The green map is a little softer on the bottom, but once you hit the mid range, it picks up a lot quicker. And so I kind of like the green map, I think. You know, it seems like when you get into the tight turns here, and you're on the white map, you go to give it a little throttle, and I have already changed the quick throttle cam. But just coming in a turn or something, and you go to get on the gas, it wants to lurch, and it seems like it wants to kind of lift the front end up off the ground, and it makes it a little harder to turn. So you have the being a little softer on the bottom in the green map, makes it a little easier in the turns. So, and it definitely makes it a little more like the YZ. Other than that, I like the Akrapovic slip-on. It's nice and quiet. Gives it more bottom end from what I've heard. And everything else, you know, just, I like these new foot pegs. So I have a 2022 KTM 250 XC 2-stroke, and the ergos on this bike are a lot better. And I apologize, I'm on 4K right now, so everything might be really close, and hopefully it's not distorting everything. But the foot pegs on this and the ergos are much better. Everything feels a lot more similar to the lines of a Honda, and I'm not saying it's as good as a Honda, but I'm saying it's a lot more closer than what it was in the past. In the past, on the previous gen, you just felt cramped, and your legs or your knees were up in your chest. And so I actually put flow lowering foot pegs on that one, and I think it lowered them 12 millimeters, which made a big difference. Your seating position, and then getting from sitting down to standing up, was a lot more fluid. And this, like I said, everything feels comfortable. They're a little wider, so it makes for a better footprint. And all in all, I love the bike so far. So anyway, I'm gonna go hit some more trails.